So I'm going to show you guys how to create a 14 by 10 grid. This is a 14 by 10 piece of paper that you're going to need. You need a pencil with a good eraser, and you need a ruler that looks like this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our paper and we are going to line up our paper here with the very edge of the ruler. Now, before you go all the way to the end of the ruler, you're going to want to make sure that you see that part here, right here where it starts, the line where it starts on the inches side. Right here where it says inches, there's a line that starts, and you're going to make sure you line up your paper with that line. Make sure it's touching the ruler, it's against the ruler, it's not moving around. And you're going to hold down the ruler with 2 fingers and a thumb to make sure it doesn't move. And here I'm going to mark every 2 inches. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and make sure you're putting the mark on the long line that is by the number. The long line that is by the number. This is what I mean by that. Long line by the number. You see that? This one right here. Okay? And then this is where you start, you line up your paper right here. Okay? So I have my marks. Now I'm going to take my ruler. This is the way you do it. Make sure you're following instructions. You're going to slide it across. Do not flip it over because that's going to throw off your measurements. I repeat, you're going to slide it across. Again, you're going to line up your paper with that first line on the inches side. First line on the inches side. Make sure the bottom part is good, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap so I can draw my lines there, my little marks. And I'm going to look on top. I'm going to go over it like this, line this up, and then I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. All right? So once I have that, I'm going to flip my paper this way, and I'm going to take these 2 little lines that I made. I'm going to take my ruler, make sure that my ruler is on both of those lines. It's nice and straight. Look at your line to see that it looks good. It doesn't look crooked. And then make sure they're both even. 2 fingers and your thumb in the center. You're going to take your pencil and you're going to slide it across. And you want to make sure you don't put a lot of pressure. So just like this. So it's very light because you're going to be erasing those lines later on. So again, hold it in place. And then lightly put a line right against the ruler. That pencil should be touching that ruler, okay? Right across. And I'm going to do this all the way across the paper here. All the way across, okay? Going across here. Then I'm going to go here, line these 2 pieces up. Cross this. Go here again. Cross this. And then just look at your paper. Make sure that everything looks pretty good. And if everything looks even, then you're going to go to the other side now. Okay, I'm going to flip it this way. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go ahead and line it up with that line, that first line that pops up. And I'm going to line it up so I get a kind of a little bit of space. And I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, and 8. Then I'm going to slide my ruler across. Remember, I'm not going to flip it. I'm going to slide it across to the other side. I'm going to line up my paper. Make sure it's lined up with that first line that forms. Okay, and then kind of line that up a bit. Make sure it's good. And then again, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So now I'm going to flip this back this way. And I'm going to take this ruler and I'm going to line it up with those points across like this. And I'm going to do the same thing. Again, very light lines. Do not do heavy lines because it's going to be hard to erase the grid marks. You're going to see the grid marks everywhere and it's going to look like trash, okay? So I'm going to make sure I'm holding my ruler in place and I'm making my lines very light. And then from here, I now have a 14. Here we go. I now have my 14 by 10 grid. Oh, excuse me, not 14. What is it? Yeah, 14 by 10. So basically it's the same amount. So it's 7 by 5, which is the same as your picture, which is 7 by 5. Okay, but now you just doubled it. So the next part will basically be in the next video on how to start drawing. So good luck. Let me know if you get stuck on your grid. Thank you.